Hello, you all. This is Jiren, and I got another fragrance review. We're bringing back 2008, the late 2000s, with this fragrance sample that I got from FragranceNet. And how you all doing? Just want to tell you that God's been blessing me, and He's been doing great things. He even blessed me with a new haircut. And just wanted to just tell you guys that God loves you, and He's always going to be with you. And today I have an interesting fragrance and my samples that I need to do a review on. I'll do some other reviews, but I wanted to do another review on a fragrance called Ford Mustang. But today, this is what we're doing a review on. Exceptional Because You Are, which this is a fragrance net brand, a fragrance net cologne brand. And I'll tell you the notes, I'll tell you how it is. Do I recommend it? And before I tell you this is I just want to tell you that Jesus loves you, and my mom and me, we're in a ministry called Jesus Lord Ministries. And if you need prayer and stuff, prayer and all that stuff, if you need a prayer warrior, then you can contact us. And we're on, and my mom has me and my mom have a YouTube channel, and plus my YouTube channel, Jaren's Fragrances. So we're just here to spread the gospel, and I'm even here to spread the gospel and tell you about fragrances and how I feel about them. So here's the review, and this fragrance right here, I'm gonna tell you where you get this fragrance from. The fragrance right here that I have, forgive me, Lord, but exceptional because you are. Now this fragrance, I know about this fragrance a lot. I know this a lot. I know this fragrance for years because I was buying FragranceNet. I'm still getting stuff from FragranceNet, and they put these little samples, and this is what they give you and stuff. Instead of giving you Arizera, Wanted, or Giorgio Armani and that stuff, I think this is the only one they give you, and this is sponsored and stuff. And to me, this fragrance, it's a great fragrance, but I'll tell you what's the problem with this fragrance and what I don't like about it and what do I do like about it. So let's get to the review. And I have the notes on here. Okay. Exceptional You Because You Are launch was released in 2008, launched 2008, and it's a aromatic fruity fragrance. Yes, it has a lot of fruity notes and stuff, ozonic notes and fresh aquatic. I don't get aquaticness to it, but I do get more like a ozonic fragrance, a fresh fragrance, like fresh and stuff. And I don't get spicy, and it's very sweet. So I'll tell you some of the notes about it. And this thing doesn't have a lot of notes. This is probably be a short review because this fragrance, there's nothing really talk about much of it. Like it came out in 2008, but I'll tell you about it. You get the fragrance notes are citruses, which I do get a lot of that citrus note, and similar to a fragrance that I have in my collection, melon. I do get that melon in the opening. Violet leaf. I don't get violet leaf, and the woodsy. I don't get the woodsy. I do get the pineapple. The only three notes I get is the citrus, melon, and the pineapple. But the other notes like the woodsy, the violet leaf, and the mint, no, I don't get this right here. And I'll show you what it looks like. This is what they give you. They give you like this $20 coupon, and I think you can get it for like $20 off. Like this fragrance, you can get this pretty reasonable price if you want to get this. And this is what the sample looks like. It looks like an aftershave. Looks like an aftershave. I think according to my research, a lot of people said back in like late 2008 or something when this was coming out, when you bought something for FragranceNet, they had a sprayer on it. If this is the truth, then you can compliment on YouTube to tell me, or you can send me a picture of it, because this is what they give you now. It's kind of like an aftershave, like you rub on maybe on your face. I wouldn't rub it on my face, on your neck, and that. But it's definitely a great fragrance. But like I said, I'll tell you the issues with it and why I have a problem with this and why I never have bought it. But I'll tell you about it. But you just untie it like this. You untie it like this. And I'm going to put some on, probably put some on. I already have some on to send today. It's gone off of me. So I'll tell you about the longevity, but okay, you put it like this. Okay. Okay. Wait till it dries down, because this stuff right here, it smells alcohol. It smells alcohol when you first put it on, even though it's not a sprayer, but okay, yeah. Let it settle down a little bit. Now this fragrance right here, how did I start seeing this fragrance? What did I start? How did I found out about it? Is at that time back around 2019, I was buying stuff from Fragrance at the end of the year, or it was 2020, And at that time, I was a huge fan of fragrances. I was starting fragrance.com and stuff, fragrances. And I wanted to get into the collection. Like I started buying fragrances like Corm, One Man Show, which that is not one of my favorites. I don't have that in my collection. And whenever FragranceNet sent me, I smell that. It smells really good. Whenever FragranceNet sent me like a fragrance order, they give you this right here, Deceptional. And I'll tell you about it. And I can smell this, man. I can smell this very strongly. Okay, I'll tell you about it and that stuff. But it whenever they sent you a lot of samples. They sent me about like 5 samples. I remember having like 15 of these in my drawer. It's like I'm blessed with a lot of samples, and I should do reviews on this. But I'll tell you about it. But I have it on my arm right now. You can see the oil. When you first spray it on, you get that beautiful citrusy vibe. You get that when you first put it on, you get that citrusy vibe. Like it smells so good. Like it smells like you're on the beach relaxing. You're relaxing with your friend or something. You're doing street ministry, but you're on the beach still relaxing. You're sitting on a chair. You're drinking probably like lemonade or something. Like you see little girls. They have lemonade stands. And you buy like a 50-cent lemonade. You go over there. It reminds me of that. Like it's a very relaxing fragrance, like fragrances like Tommy Bahama, which I have that, but I ran out of that, so I need to get some more so I can do a review on and wear it. But it reminds me of that. And when it dries down, now right now I still get the citrus, but I'm getting the melon right now. I'm getting a lot of the melon right now. I'll put a little more. I'm sorry, but it's a little aftershave, but and that stuff. But I'm trying to get that citrus note because I'm not getting it. I'm getting mostly the melon, but and that stuff. You have to wait time because you get the alcohol blast. Reason why I don't like the fragrance. Other two reasons why I don't like the fragrance. First reason is the alcohol. Like a lot of these cheap fragrances, they have alcohol. It has like an alcohol blast, which I understand because fragrances are made by alcohol and they're put other ingredients and stuff. But you have to wait. But now I'm getting mostly the melon. And I do get right now a little bit that violet, but I don't really get it much when I wear it. But yeah, and that stuff, but yeah, I get that citrus now. When you first wait for like probably like 5 seconds from the alcohol blast to go away, I get that citrus note. That's what I get. And it reminds me of what I was talking about. It reminds me of going to a beach and you're relaxing and stuff. And to me, this fragrance, it's not really a work fragrance. I know people probably wear it to work, but it's not really a work fragrance. Like it kind of reminds me of you're just relaxing at your home. You get out the shower, you're just relaxing, watching a Christian movie or watching a old movie or something. But it reminds me of that. Or watching Titanic, it reminds me of that. You're just relaxing on the couch or something, or you're just spending time with God. You're reading your Bible. You just want to wear something. Like, yeah, I get that citrus. But what do I get? On the rest of the fragrance, what do I get? A rest of fragrance. On my other hand, I get that pineapple. A lot of fragrances, have pineapple, like Ted Lapidus. I know it's not similar to this, but that came out in '87. But at that time, I think they started using pineapple. And I think there's some other fragrances that uses pineapple. I think it's Moschino Toy Boy. I have that fragrance. That smells really good. I think that has pineapple. I'm not for sure. I have to go back. I'll probably do a review on that. But when you first put it on, you get that citrus melon. That's all I get is because, like I said, this fragrance only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It only has like 6 notes. So that's the thing. It's mostly like an aromatic citrus. I don't get the woods. So I'll just tell you about my opinions about this fragrance and how does it perform. How does it perform? How does it perform and how does it last long? Perform and what seasons is for this? Okay. Now I'm getting that citrus. I'm getting a lot of that citrus. Yeah, I get mostly the pineapple and the citrus. Like I said, it only has like 6 notes to it. There's nothing really much to talk about, but I'll tell you about how the performance is, how it's long lasting, what it seasons for this, and how it is. The performance on this is terrible. It just sucks. It's terrible. Like it lasts like 4 hours. That's the problem. That's why I never bought this fragrance. Because it doesn't last long. Like I like fragrances that is intense. They last like 12 hours. They last like into the next day, or they last until you wash your clothes. That's the problem with this fragrance. I think that's why a lot of this fragrance doesn't get a lot of love, is because of the longevity issues. and that stuff. And I'm not hating on it, but it's just that I like it. But the problem is the longevity. I get more better longevity with Tommy Bahama than this right here. But still, it's still a great fragrance. And the projection is, oh no, projection is not good. This stuff, it doesn't project much. It probably projects probably like 1 hour and that's it. Like people have to come up to you to smell you. Like if you want someone to hug you or something, they have to come up and smell you. So that's the thing with the fragrance. Like for example, I had to let my mom um smell my arm to smell this fragrance because it doesn't project much. That's the problem. Like it's not a huge projector as Invictus, Arizona Wanted, which I have that as a sample too. I think I have the EDP, but it doesn't project as much. That's the problem. And seasons for this, you can get this is like an all year round fragrance, but I see this mostly as a summer fragrance. Like I said, you can go to the beach, you put this, spray this on, like get the bottle, you can go to the beach, you can relax, drink some lemonade, or probably eat you a sandwich. Like it does, like this is mostly a summer fragrance. I don't really see anyone pulling this off probably in the winter because it probably would die out in the winter. Like the longevity, like it would die out because it's not as heavy. It's not as dense as it is. So this is just a summer fragrance. And occasions for this, I wouldn't recommend this as like any time occasion. Like if I would buy this, I'd probably just buy this and just get out the shower and just spray something on and just want to watch probably like some old TV shows like Full House and stuff. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't, there's no occasion for this unless you're a person that likes fragrances that's not offensive and they don't fit anyone. Like you work in the office and you're not allowed to probably wear Afnan, that's a Middle Eastern brand. Arizona Wanted, which that's one of my favorites. I don't have that one. I need to get that, but it just doesn't. It's just not occasion fragrance. Like it's nothing really like occasion for this. Is because of the longevity issues and stuff. Like you probably have to spray. You probably have to spray probably like 5 sprays to get it to last. But this is not a spray. Like I said, it comes like in the aftershave, like those old aftershaves, like Brew. I think it's English Laundry. Like it comes in that. Like it's like they don't do like aftershaves. I guess maybe the companies don't want to spend money too much and that stuff. And what my thoughts on this and what do I recommend? Do I recommend this? Probably not. No, because it does, like I said, of the longevity issues. Like it's a great smelling fragrance, but the thing is, I think the people what they should have done is did a little better work. Probably put more like ingredients in it. Probably put more like citruses in it, and maybe it could have lasted longer. Because this fragrance, when I looked up when it first came out, it got a lot of hate. It got a lot of hate because of the longevity, but they could have done better, or they could have made like an intense version or an EDP version. Hopefully they will, but I looked up this brand. Let me go in here. I looked up this brand. They only made like 3 fragrances. This is the only man fragrance. I get that mailing now, and I do get a fruity vibe because it says fruity. I don't really get fruity in it, but okay. Yeah, it says that exceptional perfumes. Okay. And it says the first fragrance was 2008. But the last fragrance they ever made was 2011, and they did only one fragrance for men. That's 2008, and they did Exceptional Because You Are for women, and then they did a Simply Bella in 2011. So they didn't make any fragrances for a long time. I don't know why. Maybe they weren't received as well, like I said, because this fragrance got a lot of backlash because of the longevity and that stuff. There may be some people that do get great longevity, which I will ask. Probably you can compliment on the on my video and see how you feel about this fragrance. Does it last long? But for me, it just doesn't last. Like it doesn't last. Like that's the problem with this fragrance. The two things is the alcohol blast and it doesn't last. Like they couldn't make like an intense version for people. Like this fragrance, yes, it could last on people, but like I said, would I recommend this? No. But if you're fans with fragrances that doesn't have like great longevity, and you want something that's very faint, that won't offend no one or your family members, then yes. Or if you want just a fragrance just to go to like family reunion or something, then you can get this. But like I said, there's nothing really occasion about this because it doesn't last long. And you can get these, like I said, you can get this from FrangranceNet. I'll look it up right now. You can get this pretty cheap. I'll show to you. You can get this pretty cheap because it's like no one's not really buying it, but I probably would buy it, but like I said, it's just that the problem is it doesn't last long, but I will buy it. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see what we have here. Okay, you can get a sample of it for about 11.9 at Undergo Spray, because fragrances do have Undergo sprays and that stuff. I'll show you it and that stuff. This is the bottle, and it costs $34 if you want it and that stuff. And this is the sample and that stuff. And pulling that stuff, so you can get it pretty reasonable price. I'll show you the bottle again, but and that stuff. But yeah, and that stuff. But the only size they have is 3.4 ounce, and then they have a 0.7 traveling spray, which you can get that. I would recommend you trying that. But they anyway, if you order a fragrance, like you order like probably like Arizona fragrance, or what is it called, Nitro fragrance. I heard Nitro Red's pretty good. They will give you this in your box. That's what they give you. That's what they give you and that stuff, because they want you to buy, if you want a sample of, I think it's Acquadigio, or what's it called, 212 or something, you had to buy that. But for some reason they put this in your box. They put it in your box, so I have no issues with it. But like I said, the two things is the alcohol blast and the longevity and that stuff. And I wore it today, and it seemed like it did last a little bit longer. Like it lasts about 3 hours. That's the thing. Like even on my clothes, it don't even last long. So it's definitely a great fragrance. I would recommend it to people that like faint scents. But for me, no, I like strong scents. I like fragrances that's strong, that has like Samson the Strong Man, like that has muscles and stuff. Like I want that kind of fragrance, a fragrance that will last long, that I don't have a problem just keep spraying it or keep putting it on or something. So that's all for my review of this fragrance. And would I recommend this fragrance? Like I said, I would recommend it for people that like faint scents, that doesn't have a problem with longevity. They don't care about the longevity of it lasting and that stuff. But if you're like a teenager that's like looking for a fragrance, you're starting out the fragrance community and stuff, you're starting out collecting fragrances for Jesus, then you can get this. But like I said, you can probably spray you can get away probably, because it's not a strong scent, it doesn't offend no one. You could probably get about away with 7 sprays of it or 5 sprays of it. And you can get maybe about, you're probably blessed enough maybe to get probably 5 to 6 hours or 7 hours. But I just want to tell you guys that God bless you all. And remember, our ministry is Jesus Lord Ministry. You can contact my mom. Me and her have a YouTube channel. And this is my YouTube channel. If you want prayer, if you need healing from anything, then we will pray for you. And you can compliment down the link. And I'm not just here for fragrances. I'm here to talk about Jesus and get people's souls saved before Jesus come back. And that's what I'm here for. And even to have a full life, to live a long life and that stuff. Because I've been praying that I will live 97 years old. But if you want to accept Christ and have a better life, a happy life, then accept Jesus, because Jesus is the only way, and he's the only one that can save us. So God bless you all, and I'll do another fragrance review. I'll probably do the Ford Mustang tomorrow, God's will, or I probably do, because God has blessed me with a lot of fragrances. He blessed me through my grandma, and I got fragrances like Karl Lagerfeld Classic. That's 1978. A lot of people say that's winter, but I'll tell you that you can wear that any time of year. I got another bottle of Halston C14 Quorum. What else did I get? Quorum, Aramis Tuscan Leather, which I probably do a review on that probably next week. I'll probably get on to that. So I probably do 2 reviews or 1 review a week. So I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted, you all, to tell you what fragrances I'll be doing. And I'll do shorts too as well, because a lot of people, they don't like to be on long videos. So I'll do shorts too as well and tell you about the fragrance notes and stuff. So God bless you all, and God loves you, and he's always with you. See you later, guys. See you later, y'all. God bless you.